So my dear friends, let us see the solution of this question of GATE 2024. This was a 2-mark question in GATE 2024 and this was a numerical answer type question. The question was very easy if you know the assumptions of column. There are 3 assumptions of column. First, the maximum compressive strain is 0.002 when there is direct compression. Second, the maximum compressive strain is 0.0035 when there is direct bending. This question was from the third assumption. Third assumption was the maximum compressive strain epsilon C is 0.0035 minus 0.75 epsilon C dash when there is combined action of compression plus bending. So in this beam, compression plus bending both are happening. So this equation will be applied. This is the third assumption of strain in the column. If you know this assumption, you can easily solve this question. So it was saying that there is a combined action of compression and bending in column. So a concrete column section of size 300 mm by 500 mm is given. This is mm. 300 mm by 500 mm is given as shown in the figure. Is subjected to both axial compression and bending. It is written here, both axial compression and bending. So you have to take the third assumption. This statement, yeah, these wordings were the clear indication that you have to take this assumption. Now along the major axis, the depth of the neutral axis is also given, which is 1.1 times of the depth. It is also given in the diagram of the column as shown. Now it is asking the maximum compressive strain, means this value is asked at the highly compressed stream fiber in the concrete where there is no tension in the section is how much into 10 raised to power minus 3. You have to give answer in 10 raised to power minus 3 rounded off to the 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places you have to give an answer within the 2 decimal places. So let's see the diagram. This is the maximum compressive strain. This is asked in the exam. What is the minimum compressive strain at this section? This value is the minimum compressive strain epsilon C dash. This is the minimum compressive strain. This is the maximum compressive strain. This value is asked in the exam. Minimum is not asked, maximum is asked. And the overall triangle has the depth of XU and XU is given as 1.1 times of the depth of the section. So this question will be easily solvable if you know the properties of similar triangle. This triangle, this smaller one triangle and this bigger one triangle are similar triangles. So if we will apply the similar triangle formula, so what will happen? We can say that epsilon C dash upon epsilon C from similar triangle rules, epsilon C dash upon epsilon C is equal to this wala value. What will be this value? You know that this overall value is D. This overall value is D, capital D, which is 500 mm. So this is remaining. This remaining will be, total is 1.1 D. This remaining will be 0.1 D. So epsilon C dash upon epsilon C will be 0.1 D. 0.1 D upon overall depth XU. Overall depth XU is 1.1 D. This is from similar triangle. From similar triangles. From similar triangles. So epsilon C dash will be here 0.1 upon 1.1 D, which is 1 by 11, times D. So this will be 1 by 11 times D, or D by 11 we can say. This is your D by 11. Sorry, D by 11 nahi, 1 by 11, sorry. 1 by 11 of epsilon C. So we can write it down as epsilon C dash is equal to 1 by 11 because this DD will cancel out. 1 by 11 times of epsilon C. So we can say that this will be epsilon C by 11. Epsilon C by 11 is the value of minimum compressive strain. Minimum compressive strain. We will put this value of epsilon C dash in the equation number 1 here. This is our equation number 1 here. So put in equation 1 and your question will be solved. So epsilon C, that is the maximum compressive strain. This is the maximum compressive strain. This is the maximum compressive strain. This we have to calculate. This value will come out. And epsilon C dash is minimum compressive strain. Here it is written. This is the minimum one. So we have put the value of minimum compressive strain. So epsilon C will be equal to 0.0035 minus 0.75 and epsilon C dash is epsilon c by 11. So this minus value will come here, epsilon c plus 0.75 epsilon c by 11 is equal to 0.0035. So we have to use the calculator for calculating this. So epsilon c will come out to be, what is the value of epsilon c? Let us use the calculator. You have the calculator in your exam, virtual calculator you can use. I am calculating the normal calculator. I am using the normal calculator to calculate this. So this will come out to be 0.0035 upon this value after combination will become 1.0682. So this is coming out to be 3.27, or rather 3.277 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So you have to give answer in 10 raised to power minus 3, as you know. You have to give answer in 10 raised to power minus 3, as you know. So what will happen? The answer will not be 3.277 into 10 raised to power minus 3. You only have to give this thing. You only have to give the answer as 3.277. Now, what is the thing which is asked in question? Rounded off to 2 decimal places. So you can round off to 2 decimal places this value. Then rounding off to decimal places will be 3.28. So you can give answer as 3.28. So the correct answer of this question will be 3.28. That is rounded off to 2 decimal places. I think this is understandable to everyone. And GATE has given marks to everyone who has given the answer between 3.2 to 3.4 or something like that. So this was the solution of this question. Very basic question was that. First equation, you have to apply epsilon c of combined bending and compression case. And then you have to make the equation of similar triangle rule. Using these two equations, this one and the previous one, you can calculate the maximum compressive strain epsilon c. That is 3.277 into 10 raised to power minus 3. In 10 raised to power minus 3, the answer will be 3.28, rounded off to 2 decimal places. So this was the solution of this question. Very basic question or tricky question was that.